He can just do so many different things for this defense.
This time Montgomery, Bynum grabbed him, that ball is out! Picked up by Pace! Down the sideline! There is a flag! He's in! Minnesota leads, pending the penalty! Crucial call from Clay Martin coming up here. The call is against Detroit. And the Vikings get the takeaway.
Tell you what, man. This is an unbelievable job by this defense. Until as he gets the punch out, Pace picks it up, and he's off to the races. Back-to-back drives.
The foul was holding number 60. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Yeah, Graham Glasgow, the left guard, he gets called for the holding penalty. But back-to-back drives. They had given up 4 consecutive touchdown scoring drives. They get a stop. They get a forced takeaway for a touchdown, and they're going to now keep the offense on the field, and they're going to go for 2.
They're trying to make it a field goal game. Darnold looking left, throwing there, incomplete. He's trying to find Addison with Brian Branch in coverage. Ivan Pace, the green dot today with Blake Cashman, their leading tackler, out with turf toe. Picks it up after Montgomery coughs it up. And the defense of Flores gets the big play to take the lead.
So remember, they called a hold here on Graham Glasgow. He's the left guard. Just going to run a simple off tackle here to the left side. Great job here at Metellus. You'll see him, he comes up and he punches it out right there. Pace scoops, scores, and Van Ginkel gets just enough of Taylor Decker to get him in. And you just can't say enough about this Vikings defense and their ability to regroup after what was 4 really difficult possessions in a row. Their ability here to respond and take the lead here with 5 minutes to go, just under 6 in the fourth quarter.
The Lions had not lost a fumble in the first 5 games. That giveaway comes at the most crucial time. They were the only team without a lost fumble on the season. They'd only turned it over 4 times in the first 5 games. That turnover comes at a crucial moment, and Minnesota takes advantage and takes the lead. Out to the 30 comes Detroit. We talked about the critical drives for Minnesota. They haven't had to play from behind very often at all this year. Their defense comes up with a big play, and these tight games have been the definition of the Vikings for the last few seasons, even going beyond.
Remember, this was Kevin O'Connell's first year. They hosted a playoff game, lost it to the Giants, but winning 1-score games, and then last year, that kind of flipping, going 6 for 8. It's been something they've been really good at this year, and this one looks like it's coming down to it as well.
This will be Gibbs. Short gain, Carissa Thompson with a game break.
We're letting you guys know what's coming up next. A Super Bowl rematch, Niners-Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes looking to keep his team perfect and improve to 6-0. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy and the Niners looking for a little revenge. Kyle Shanahan has never beat Andy Reid. Will that change today? We will find out next. America's Game of the Week. Adam?
They beat these Lions to get to the Super Bowl last year before falling to KC. 2nd and 6 for Detroit. Off the fake. Goff steps up, launches, got a man! It is Raymond lunging out, incomplete! Could not stay in bounds on the deep shot, 3rd down.
And really, it's just the slight ability of Van Ginkel to get Goff off his spot. The ball just sails on him a little bit more than he was hoping, because Raymond was wide open when the ball left Goff's hand. It looked like a touchdown. Watch Van Ginkel just getting Goff to step up in the pocket and throw that ball with the hand in his face is all the difference it took.
Four-man rush. Goff is hit. It's out. And it's recovered by Detroit. And the pass rush from Jonathan Grenard gets to Goff again.
So we've talked all day about this blitz scheme and how many guys they bring. And really here it's just Van Ginkel and Grenard on the same side running a little pick stunt. They don't bring any extra rushers. And in this fourth quarter, Jonathan Grenard and Van Ginkel, just their ability to win one-on-one matchups in a four-man front has really been a big reason this game's flipped.
And now the clock becomes a factor with 4:25 to go. Fox boots it away. That is a 60-yard punt by Fox to flip it. Powell gets chopped down shy the 25-yard line. That ball came out at the end, but down by contact is the ruling at the 22. The pressure at the crucial moment from Minnesota. 4:16 left. We still have the 2-minute warning to come. Detroit has 2 timeouts left. All 3 for Minnesota if that plays in. And it is Sam Darnold and the Vikings playing ahead in the late stages of this one. Three possessions, 3 scores in this half, including the defensive touchdown from Pace for Minnesota.
Look at this second half. After scoring 3 touchdowns in the second quarter, this Vikings defense has held the Lions to just 1 touchdown here in the second half.
Started on the ground with Jones, who slips through and turns it into a positive play to the 27. Gain of 5.
Now the question here is, how much confidence does Kevin O'Connell have? Is he willing to go under center? Everyone in the building thinks you got to run the clock out. It's 4-minute offense, run the clock, get it under the 2-minute warning, pick up a couple first downs. Does he dare go play action? Does he try to generate a chunk play through the air and have confidence in Sam Darnold that it's not going to be incomplete and stop the clock?
Darnold just 4 incompletions today. Check to a second call. It is a run for Jones. And he gets tackled inbounds. And that keeps the clock moving with 3:20 to go. Darnold's been efficient all day, but he had the pick in the first half. He's been clean in the second half.
Yeah, he's been excellent. We came on to the second half of the show and said, hey, he's got to find Justin Jefferson. They've got to get this offense rolling here coming out in the third quarter. And boy, has he ever. Started with that opening drive of the half, finishing with the touchdown to Jefferson. And he's got a chance here with the conversion to, at the minimum, get this thing underneath the 2-minute warning and start making Detroit use their timeouts.
On 3rd and 4, it's Darnold rolling and throwing on the move, too tall. Looking for Jalen Naylor or Justin Jefferson up the sideline. Had a couple of options, and it ends up stopping the clock. That's the critical piece here, too, at 2:41, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, he's trying to fit this in to Jefferson. For some reason, I think Naylor is trying to just uncover and get open, and he ends up being right in the same throwing lane as Jefferson. I think that leads to Darnold putting too much air, and Aaron Glenn saying, hey man, we needed to stop, and we got one. Both these defenses coming up big when the game's on the line.
So now Ryan Wright boots it. 51-yard punt, grabbed by Raymond, and out to the 30. Trent Sherfield Sr. on the tackle. Wild game. This is what we were hoping to see, a competitive game between the top 2 teams in the top division in football. That great drive ending in a Jefferson score. Detroit answers right back with their only score of the second half, the Montgomery fumble forced by Metellus. Pace took it to the house to put Minnesota on top. Vikings failed the two-point conversion. Still a one-point game. And now Detroit's got the ball back with 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to come from the 30, down by 1. Here is Gibbs. They're sticking with Gibbs after the Montgomery fumble. Vikings have all 3 of their timeouts. They don't have to use one here, and if they don't, Detroit's going to take this down to the 2-minute warning.
Not sure why Detroit's working so slow here. I mean, they do realize they're losing.
Yeah, they're really playing the time factor in a big way right now. And they'll take it all the way down to the 2. 2-minute warning. Minnesota trailed by 11 to start the 4th. Detroit has it, 2nd and 6 with 2 timeouts. Still need about 25 or 30 yards to get into comfortable field goal range for Bates. And Gibbs will get some of that yardage and more. Out to the 48-yard line. He picks up 14. Inside of 1:50 left. There is Jake Bates, who was one of the great stories out of the UFL. A guy who hit 3 60-yard field goals at the UFL level. Earned a contract with Michael Badgley tearing his hamstring in July. But he might be gearing up for the biggest kick of his life.
I typically like not taking our time until you're in field goal range. They've been operating very slowly.
Now give it to Gibbs in space, and there is a big sprint down into field goal range to the 36-yard line, and it stops the clock at 1:18 as he steps out.
All right, so now they're in position that they can really start to think about the clock. Understand what they're trying to do. They want to say, okay, this field goal ends the game. There's no chance that they give the ball back to Minnesota. So I understand the logic. I traditionally like getting the ball across midfield, getting in reasonable field goal range, then start bleeding the clock, then start running this thing down to get your field goal kicker in position to win the game at the end.
Vikings still have 3 timeouts. Goff's going to throw it. The aggressive Dan Campbell philosophy ends on this play with a catch by St. Brown inside the 25-yard line.
The timing, the accuracy, and since he's come in the league, Amon-Ra St. Brown, all he does is make critical plays at big moments. You know you're going to get hit. You know the second that ball hits your hands, you're going to take a shot in the back, and able to secure that catch through the contact, through the ground, and now they're in prime spot to just run this thing down. So, yeah, we questioned the early start, letting it get to the 2-minute warning, really taking their time. But now after the last 2 explosive plays, they're sitting pretty.
Now with Minnesota using that first timeout, Detroit's in prime position to be able to burn some clock to the point where maybe they could set up a field goal with little to no time remaining.
Exactly right.
You see Goff trying to get the rest of his lineup out there with 67 seconds left. Gibbs is the back. Ball security paramount here. Gibbs at the last second puts 2 arms around it. 1:02 to play. Minnesota uses that second timeout. Jared Goff continuing to impress today.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. We came into the game saying he's been so good against the blitz. That's carried over to today. And it just seems like he has an uncanny ability to make the right throw at the right moment, the right completion, the third down pickup. We've seen him multiple times check in and out of the right call, alter protections. Really playing the quarterback position as well as possible throughout this league, and it's been really good.
Vikings trailed by 11 to start the 4th quarter. Twice Minnesota faced 11-point deficits. This drive by Goff has Detroit inside the 25, and now they are trying to burn as much clock as possible. They'll force a timeout used by Minnesota here, their last. and they are seemingly setting the stage for Jake Bates. They cannot run the entirety of the clock down, but they can get most of this 61 seconds off the clock.
Calls their third and final timeout of the half. Please set the game clock to 1 minute, 1:00.
So a minute left. They'll take a knee. You burn, the 25 seconds off, or the 40 seconds off after the knee is taken. So you get this down to about 20 seconds. You can take a timeout, set up Bates for a go-ahead field goal. And then Minnesota will have a chance to get the ball back with very little time and no timeouts.
Based on whether this kick goes in or not, Minnesota's going to look back on that last offensive possession and say, we've got to find a way to get a first down. We've got to find a way to either make Detroit use their timeouts on defense or get that thing as close to or under the 2-minute warning as possible. And ended up going 3 and out.
So you can get this clock inside of 20 seconds before Dan Campbell will use that timeout, and it'll set the stage for Jake Bates, who was a soccer player at Central Arkansas and then became a kickoff specialist at Texas State and Arkansas, was signed as an undrafted free agent by the Houston Texans last year, released during the preseason, and then made his name in the UFL with those booming 60-yard kicks. Hit 3 of them, including a game-winning 64-yarder at Ford Field against the St. Louis Battlehawks. To that point, he had only attempted and missed 1 kick in an organized game. That was all the way back in high school. Incredible story. He went 21 of 28 in the UFL, earned a 2-year deal after Michael Badgley tore his hamstring in July. He's hit a game-tying 32-yarder against the Rams late in the 4th quarter. He is 9 for 9 in his NFL career, but this one, the most weighty kick of his life.
And remember back after that fumble return for a touchdown, the Vikings went for 2-point conversion and failed. They convert that. This is to tie. Instead, it's for the win.
From 44 for the lead. Bates has delivered. Detroit is on top with 15 seconds left.
It's a big-time kick, big-time drive by Goff and this Lions offense to put him in position. Unbelievable first half of production. Little slow in the second half. Didn't quite find their rhythm. Montgomery has the big fumble that the Vikings take back for a touchdown. But after all that, the defense gets the stop. Goff puts together the drive, runs the clock down, and barring a miracle with 15 seconds left, the Lions continue to find a way to win.
Myles Gaskin, in the first 5 games, was the only Minnesota player to have a kick return. They've used 2 different guys today, hoping to get something back to set him up for what would be a wild final play.
And I think here you got to kick it short, force the Vikings to return it, force them to burn as much time off the clock as possible if you're Detroit. So I'd really expect this ball to be short of the goal line. And they kick it through the uprights.
Well, it's an interesting decision to make, right? Because the time is a factor here. You don't want to give an extra play to Minnesota, but they're going to go ahead and take the touchback instead.
And with the way kickoff returns have been in the NFL this year, it's really been a non-factor. Teams are having a hard time even getting it past the 20, 25, and it would probably take you 5-6 seconds to do that. But with all that being said, guard the sidelines, tackle them in bounds, and this game's all but over.
No timeouts for Minnesota. They can't stop the clock unless they step out of bounds. Let's gear up for a crazy sequence. Reichard hoping for a shot. They need to go about 40 yards to even have an opportunity. Darnold. Precious seconds ticking. Go to the middle of the field for Naylor. And the clock with 5. They'll try to set it. They'll try to spike it. The clock is at zeros. A flag is thrown from the near side of the field. And if they weren't set, this ball game's over and Detroit's in first. Let's see.
They were in a legal formation. So this thing's going to be over because even if they did snap it, there'll be a runoff. If there was any remaining time, they had 5 in the backfield. With the clock running, that should end the game.
Campbell knows, Goff knows. Clay Martin's call will make it official. Let's see here. He's saying one play.
We have a live ball in legal formation, offense number 71, as he was lined up in the backfield. It's a 5-yard penalty, first down. We'll replay it now. The ball hit the ground with 1 second on the clock. So we have one play.
Dan Campbell wants an explanation for that right there.
Is they were set. That's the key. As long as the offense gets set, there's no runoff. Even if they're in an illegal formation, that's a live ball foul. You're going to see all 11 get set. They snap it. It's a foul, but with 1 second on the clock when the ball hits the ground. So they do get another play. They will enforce a 5-yard penalty.
Dean, thank you very much for that clarification, because the initial thought is that's a runoff because they're in motion, the clock is moving. So that's a very good clarification from DB. So now 1 second. The field goal from here is irrelevant. It'd be like a 75-yarder basically. So it's going to come down to 1 second and one play. Detroit brings an extra body, and they get to Darnold to take over first place. Trevor Nowaski finishes it off, and in a heavyweight battle in Week 7, the Lions overtake the Vikings for the top spot in the NFC North. And another Jared Goff comeback special.